the special little thing I sent you?
Yep.
Okay, so friends, what we're going to do is what you can expect from this is we're going to introduce each other in just a minute. And then after that, we're going to start with a live workshop with you. We've got some things to cover, just 3 steps. We want to keep it simple, manageable for them, right, Tia?
Yep. Easy.
Easy breezy, amazingness. And then if that'll be about 30 minutes or so probably, we're gonna share with you a program we've come together on that covers marketing and manifesting. As you guys know, we can only teach you so much and do so much in 30 minutes. And so if any of you want to stay and learn about this amazing invite, we do only have 22 spots, and this is going out to thousands and thousands of people. So you definitely want to stick around. But for the next 30 minutes, we're about to start. We're going to teach you our top 3 things on how to really create magic every day. Right, Tia?
Yeah.
So we'll introduce ourselves. Let me turn off my heater really quick, though. I'm like, it was a little chilly in my she shed, and now all of a sudden it's really not. Plus, you know, here's my outfit. Okay, so I'll start by introducing Tia here. We have an official introduction, but just so you guys know, again, we're going to be teaching you the 3 ways to create a magical day every day. Tia, are you so excited to be teaching this to them today?
I'm so excited. This is amazing material that I work with every single day, and it's magical, and it's amazing how it works. And it works for you no matter what your style is, what your daily routine is. You can make it work for you. So I just love this topic. It's my favorite.
It's my favorite too, even out of all, like, we're integrating marketing because we want to give you some business tips too. But what we're about to share with you about the mindset and expecting good things can change your life no matter what part of business you're in, what part of the world you're in. This is basics. It's not really basics though, I'd say. It's like, it's for everybody. It's not actually basics.
It's for everyone, and it's kind of tricky in advance, but when you figure it out, it becomes your normal.
Yes, I love that. And I'm so excited to be doing this with Tia. So let me tell you guys a little bit about Tia, and then she's going to introduce me. Tia here is with her company Tihoco, which is TIHOCO.com. She is a multi-passionate entrepreneur who uses creativity and design to unlock people's personal magic. Her passion is manifesting magic and creating wealth for freedom and euphoria. Man, does that sound amazing? She's really good with words also. She has been an entrepreneur for 20 years. She has been a restaurant owner, runs a nonprofit, and she has a very successful multi-6-figure design and branding business as well. So she's all about bringing, the magical kind of manifesting things that we're going to be talking about and then bringing it into your business to help create a profitable business. So I'm so excited to welcome Tia. Type in number 3 in the comments if you can get excited about bringing more euphoria and magic and fun into your everyday life to increase profits in your business in an interesting, cool way. Number 3 in the comments if that sounds good to you. That's what we're about. We're not into this stress stuff. Not that we don't get stressed, but we have ways to get around it. Really, really. It's amazing.
Yeah, the stress stuff really cuts your flow too, which is something that we'll talk about that's amazing. So I want to say thank you, Tiana, for inviting me to talk with you. I love working with you in your programs and one-on-one, and I find you so inspiring. I love your energy, and I want to introduce you now. And so Tiana Smith, which I'm sure you all know, is owner and CEO of Inspired Mommy Boss Movement, inspiredmommyboss.com, and the popular sales and network marketing planner, the Freedom Planner, which I love, by the way. I personally have it, and I was like, I thought it was amazing how I could just do these little steps to market my business, which is a little tricky. So I love the Freedom Planner. She has worked with and done media and run marketing for branding companies like Warner Brothers, Dwight Yoakam, NBC, Lilith Fair, VH1, with a full undergrad from Berklee College of Music and a master's degree in new media marketing from Full Sail University. Tiana is passionate about teaching mothers how to create online marketing funnels with strategies that work.
Woo! Yes! That's so fun. You know, it's a lot more fun to have somebody talk about it instead of myself. We should always just introduce each other.
It sounds cool, huh? You're like, wait, hey.
I know. I'm like, wow, that sounds so much better when I'm not in my head thinking, am I bragging while I'm telling people all these things? We're just like really real. Number 4 in the comments if you guys are into really real. Number 4. So we're so excited. We're gonna have 3 points right now. The first point Tia and I are gonna cover together. I'm sure I hope Tia talks during mine. We're gonna chat to each other the next 3 points. And so if you guys have a pen and paper out, what I recommend you do is close down all windows, put your phones away. This is really, we're gonna give you 3 things you can start to implement today. If you wanna learn our little magical morning routines, how to expect more and get more, and how to have some daily marketing, like a little switch that could help you literally today and this weekend close more sales, have more peace, and have more fun, right, Tia?
Yeah.
Then shut it all down. Get serious about this. We're not into, it's such a crazy technological world with everything going on, but I really encourage you to just be present. So whether you're on a date with somebody, your husband or a partner or a new person, or you're with your children, or you're here with us, let's encourage each other to start to get present and to put away distractions. And you'll get a lot more out of life. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's ready. So pen and paper ready. We're doing this old school. Who's into old school? I'm into old school. Like pretend we're the teachers. No, we're creating together. If you were here, we'd just be sitting on a couch and hanging out. So our first point is we're going to talk about our number 1 part, which is expecting miracles every day. And by doing that, you're taking back your personal power. Because when you expect more, you get more. So if you want to write that down, expect miracles every day, expect more, get more, take back your personal power. Like, what does that mean to you, Tia? Like that kind of whole mindset shift?
It's about what your values are, and that you can choose to value having miracles. You can choose to value having higher standards. It's really about drawing in and deciding what's important to you and how you want to experience things, and then understanding that you're the one who creates within your values what you experience. And to me, I see a lot of people really looking for the proof before they decide that they're worthy of it. And this is the same with like money blocks and people who have issues maybe trying to up level, and they've got a big vision and a big dream and just can't figure out why the stretch seems so far to get there. And it's really about just that the expectation of what you want to experience, and that you have the power to create the container to receive it.
Wow, that's beautiful. You're so eloquent.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. It's so true, like the expecting more to get more and creating the container and the self-worth. I love that you talked about that. I was just talking to one of my mindset coaches who helps me get unstuck very quickly. Her name is Wendy, and she's like a spiritual coach. And it's so crazy because she taps into like more spiritual realms. And before I even got on a call with her yesterday, I've been really thinking a lot about self-worth, because that's been something I've been going through, and I didn't realize how it was impacting every other part of my life. Like, it's that container. So if you don't believe that you're worthy, it's not going to just affect ever one area. It always affects everything.
Yep.
So that's why, like, starting with self, which we're going to give you, this is like the mindset shift, and then we're going to give you guys like some literal, like, try this to start to implement it. But if we don't talk about the mind of you expecting more, to receive more, and to like also expect more of yourself, that's all you can actually control. Is like we're showing up here today, like let's give them real talk. Did you get totally ready for this call, even though we're literally like in a room by ourselves?
No.
Yeah, no. You didn't get ready?
I mean, I got ready, but I didn't get totally ready in the sense of like where I would overthink things, slow myself down. And so that's what we're talking about, the expecting. Miracles. You just
this happens.
Go with it, and
But you
And
prepared yourself, like you got all ready, you have this whole set up. Like
yeah.
that's what I mean. Like the preparation was there, but your flow is also there. So like giving them some steps, like expect more from yourself, like show up at 100%. Even if you're not sure who's coming, even if you're not sure what the day is bringing, because you guys better believe when I dressed up like this that I expect great things to happen today because of this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
Yeah, there's a really wonderful sort of marriage that happens when you show up and, like you said, and then also have faith.
Yes.
And not over analyze, overdo, which totally cuts the flow. So yeah, that's a beautiful place to be.
I love that. So we're going to give you guys some, I think maybe some steps now. Like Tia has this amazing manifesting program. And again, we're going to be telling you more about it in the next 15 minutes from now or so, but we want to give you some little things. So again, if you have your pen and paper out, Tia's going to share with us, you know, how you can start to do morning magic, how to create a simple morning routine to open your heart to daily magic. So Tia, will you share with us what that looks like for you? And you guys get your pens and papers ready. Type the number 3 in the comments right now if you are excited to hear some exact strategies and things you can do to help open your heart to expect more.
Yeah, thanks, Tiana. So what I love about this is that for me, my struggle is perfectionism. And I don't want to show up, which is perfect. The perfect segue from our last conversation, and also very telling of like how I process these things is because I'm like, you're like, well, did you show up 100%? And I'm like, well, no, and but I did. But here's the thing: is like my mind will always tend to think and overanalyze and want to have all the right pieces in the place. And so I really created in my morning ritual the antidote to that, or the cure to that. And so I created
and Tia, real quick, can I ask them to put a number 5 in the comments if any of you guys struggle with perfectionism and find that it holds you back? Number 5 in the comments. Let's just get real and raw and open, because we're not just sharing with you. We're not these people that come and like hold ourselves in our, we're going to share with you what we struggle with, and we're going to share with you how we overcome it, like Tia's doing. So 5 in the comments if you also struggle with perfectionism and that can hold you back. Even it can be your strength, but it can be a weakness.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I created a system in my morning ritual that has to do with connecting to your, like taking your magic back through your senses. And so I have these 3 sprays that I created. Can you see that?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And so that is the alchemy spray, which is called the Dark Mother. And this one is a manifesting spray I call the Light King. And then the third one is a transformation spray called the Magical Child. So I was inspired to do this based on like the divine trinity, you know, like the masculine, the feminine, and the child. And what I do in the morning is when I'm at the office, I sit down, I light a candle, I just get in this state of what my pillars are, which is like, it's a clearing cycle. It's a daily clearing cycle where you're looking at the energy that's stuck or holding you back or feels funky, and maybe you don't even know what it is. It doesn't matter. And you're just...
Wait, I love that you just said that, because everyone listen, it doesn't matter why you wake up in a funk. And this is why a morning routine is so imperative, so you can start your day fresh. So keep going, but just, I think that's important. You know, sometimes people say things and that was really deep though, and it's just important that people understand, like, you don't need to analyze why. Just like keep following with her here.
Right, yeah, because that's the whole point.
Yeah.
And so what I do is I get in my space and I actually use my sprays, and I have like my elements. I have my candle, you know, I usually have something I like to burn, like Palo Santo. I have a little chime candle sometimes I'll light. I love to use beautiful matches, like really beautiful. I have a client sent these to me, and I just,
there's something about, yes, striking it that's even different. Like, you know, I have one of these. This is not cute. That is so much better, you know, and it's kind of like a co-creation then, right? Because like alone, this is pretty interesting. Alone, it's just a match. But when we take our power, which is all about bringing the power back to ourselves, right? And you strike it, then it's fire. And that is like an analogy for like everything.
Yeah, and you're gonna burn something off and transform it into a different state.
Yeah.
And that's what I do in the beginning. So I use my sprays, you know, I do, and these are different than like room sprays. So, you know, you have room sprays where you're spraying.
They're different, like that process.
Yeah, like, you know, room sprays, you're spraying out into the room to like have the room smell like something. These are for your own personal state and a shift, you know, a sensory shift that you're not trying to figure out what's going on. All, you know, and I use them throughout the day too. When I'm feeling stuck or maybe I'm a little triggered, I'll use this alchemy spray because I have built up the neuroplasticity in my mind to understand that this experience to me triggers a shift in me. And I just use it as a way to rapidly move through stuff in my senses. So anyways, I was kind of getting off on a tangent with that, but I use the alchemy spray. I choose what I'm going to burn off, and I breathe it into me. I turn it into my own fuel.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I use the manifesting spray, and I envision what I want to call in.
Okay.
And then I use the transformation spray, which is the child energy, which is the heart energy. And I get myself in a state where I am fully joyful, remembering as a child, like, you know, those moments you remember as a child, the ones that just like fill you with laughter and you feel like your heart's gonna bust open. That is the energy of that spray. And so that's where I go. And then I will listen to what I need to do. What action steps do I need to do? Maybe just one, maybe in the next day. You know, don't write a huge long list.
Make a journal out then. So besides all this, you always have a journal out. Yeah. Yeah,
I make a little list. I try not to go too far because I could have like a 300
You're thinking, okay, the next day, today, and then if I don't get to it the next few days, like it just like letting it come to you. Do you ever set a timer, Tia? Like, or do you know about how much time? Like, let's say somebody only had like 30 minutes or even 15 minutes. Could they have this kind of quick experience if they were pretty disciplined about it?
I do it in 15 minutes.
Okay. Do you guys hear that? If you can't take 15 minutes to affect the rest of your day, do you find, because like, do you find that when you're taking this time with the sprays and tuning into yourself, releasing anything negative and focusing on expecting more and what you'd like to call in, that's what she's talking about, is this expecting more. Like if you want to make $1,000 today or 5,000 or 10,000, or you just want to have a really good day, or you want to attract a date, or you want to attract a free gift, like all those things are possible, but it's about being intentional. Right? So it's like you're like taking that, type that number 6 in the comments. If you could take 15 minutes every day and watch your life change for the better very quickly, like the same day. Don't you agree, Tia? And do you think that it creates movement and momentum when people stay consistent with this?
Oh, it's massive. I mean, I still can't even process completely how much of a huge up level I've experienced since I've started living this way, instead of just, you know, knowing that I should and, you know, theorizing about it.
Reading books about it or watching movies about it, but actually you doing the steps to do it.
Right, because, you know, as business owners and people in this space, you know, we're always learning about these tools, and you know, you can take a million courses and all of this stuff, but it really is about implementation. And I love working with you, and like with your content is like simple. How it works.
Yeah. Totally. I love that so much. So if you guys press the number 7 in the comments and maybe comment, what's a takeaway you're getting from Tia? maybe it's a time frame that you're going to commit to getting up in the morning. You're going to give yourself those 15 minutes. And just so you guys know, I'm about to chat with you about marketing from heart in a second. And Tia's going to chip in on that too, and some things we've worked on together and how that's affected her business. But before we do that, just so you guys know, Tia does have a very special thing about the daily routines. We'll share more with you. But even just from what she just shared, did you have any breakthrough moments? Or just press the number 7 if you're here, you're present, you're like, yeah, I'm like, I want to learn about this. I want to know more. Wherever you're at, we want to, it's okay. Wherever you're at is okay. You don't have to have it all figured out. So, okay, cool. So do you think that covers a pretty good amount, like, of some morning routine elements for them?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that. So I'm going to move on to marketing with heart, because we promised you guys we'd talk for about 30 minutes or so, and we started about 5 minutes in. So we've still got about 5-7 minutes left here with you before what we're going to do is we're going to share with you in about 5-6 minutes after I finish this marketing with heart. Get your pens and paper ready, because I'm going to fast action this, just so you guys know, okay? Screenshot. And you want to be ready, right, Tia? I hold back like a racehorse, but we're about to open the gates on me. So you want to be ready, I promise. I'm relaxing, because the morning routine though, like what Tia's talks about, just so you know, we wanted to do this together because I had my own morning routine. I've been learning from Tia. I'm actually going to be taking this thing we're going to talk about, which starts next week with Tia, and I'm going to be taking it too and learning from her. She's amazing. So be ready, and we're going to tell you more about it in a few. So right now, though, let's dive into marketing with heart. Type the number 9 in the comments if you would like to learn how to market from a heart space that is fun, that you're loving yourself and then therefore loving others through your social media or through your website or even through the gifts you give and even the products you sell. Type the number 9 in the comments if you are ready to market with heart and have more fun with your business. Let's hear it. Let's see the number 9s. What about you, Tia? You're so good at this, marketing with heart. I want to ask you, because Tia is a client of mine as well, and we're friends and collaborators, and I'm a client of hers. Would you say that the techniques I'm about to teach are life-changing and business-changing?
I do. For me, they were amazing because of what I'm talking about, this analysis paralysis, where I have a very ethereal, wonderland, inner child that likes to play. And then when it's time to market my business that I'm very, very passionate about, I just, there was something that was holding me up. And working with you and seeing, like you said, the horse, when you want to go fast, you can go fast. I mean, wow, that is amazing to me. It's I still, my eyeballs are whoa.
It's from the systems. I want to talk about that because some people and you're seeing it now, but maybe a few months ago you've been how is that possible? And it looks a little magical, right? But there's actually, because I've automated systems in place, you guys, so I'm going to breeze through this, but again, we can only teach you so much. So I'm going to give you the perspective of what you can change and shift right now today. I'm going to give that to you, what Tia's talking about. And I'm actually going to give them the analogy I gave Tia the other day that we were but I'm going to give that to you guys in a second about also, besides a heart-centered way, a really interesting way of thinking about your marketing that will resonate with all of you, okay? Before I tell you that, though, I would like all of you, please, to type in the comments, who was your favorite star when you were a teenager? Was it an actor? Was it a band person? Was it a singer-songwriter? Mine was Sarah McLachlan. Who was yours, Tia?
Oh, David Gahan from Depeche Mode.
Okay, and I'm going to tell them. You what?
I said 100%. I was 100%. Just
yeah, mine was 100% Sarah McLachlan. I love several people, but I was I literally, if you guys don't know, I started my career as a singer-songwriter in the music business, and then I learned marketing from there and got my other stuff. But I would get the Sarah McLachlan songbooks. I was on her fan list. I was telling Tia about this. So we want to know, who do you feel that way? You could still feel that way about them, or even as a teenager, if you were man, I just wish I could get a behind the scenes on their life or go on a date with them or be their friend. Whatever that feeling was, you know who it was. Put it in the comments if you want to share, and don't be embarrassed or keep it in mind. But come on, have fun with us. Put it in the comments. Okay, so now I'm going to dive in with that said about how to market with heart. And there's a couple mindset shifts I want to give you about your marketing, okay? So being a singer-songwriter and how I got into marketing for myself and others, and then coaching others and having success from all of it for myself, then I did the work for other clients, and then I started teaching on it. I created systems around this, okay? And that is why I'm able to, in speed lightning, because I've got automated email lists, I've automated blogs, websites, Facebook things, and I have a system to how when I know I need to market something, like even our workshop today, I know what I need to do and I can do it fast. But it didn't happen overnight, and I have my pieces in place. Even if you have 0 pieces in place though, right now, first of all, that can change. Second of all, right now what I'm about to share with you to get you up to speed is a heart thing, okay? Because today is all about heart, isn't it, Tia? I feel like this is just all a heart opening time right now.
Yeah.
When your heart is open and you're committed to something, you're willing to do whatever it takes to get there. Who's a WIT person? Type the number 1 in the comments. That's whatever it takes, WIT, okay? So when I had my child, Weston, my first child, I was still doing my singer-songwriter career, but I'd started marketing on Facebook at the time, and I hated it, you guys. I hated it. I was like, why do I have to do this? And I also was around the time that the words blogs started coming up. And some of you still might not know what blogs are. You know, I've been training people a long time, and questions I had like 10, 11 years ago, people still have, because until you take the time to learn something, you just don't know. Like, science has been around for years and rocket science, but I still don't know anything about it because I've not studied it, right? So if you've not studied it, it's okay that you don't know. It's okay. Well, I didn't know. And I didn't know what people were talking about when they say get featured on a blog, you can get your music out there. I'm like, I don't know. So one was I decided to get my master's degree in marketing initially to promote my music career. And I was so annoyed with it. I started blogging though, and I had this thing shift because of my son. I realized that I had this little baby, and I loved him so much. Who's a mom on here? Number 9 in the comments if you're a mom. Yeah? Do you know that moment, Tia, when you have your baby, you're like, oh my goodness, my heart just exploded.
Yes.
Yeah? Did anybody else feel this feeling too, though, where you wonder how people abuse their children, and you also wonder about orphans in the world, and even adults who were orphaned or mistreated, and there's all these hurting people in the world, right? And I made this decision that I would change my mind from a have to about marketing, and I would use my voice and my power on social media, on a blog post even if it seemed like nobody was watching, even if it seemed like nobody cared. I know people are watching. Okay. And from my history in the music business, from being a performer from a young age and being at coffee shop gigs or things where you think nobody's listening and you go there anyway, and knowing my experience that people would come up to me that I had no idea were listening. And I'm going to tell you guys a story right now. I'm just going with flow. I'm in an intuitive place. Okay. I was at a gig one time. I'd driven really far. Actually, I've been reunited with my grandma, and the first thing she told me was like, honey, didn't you forget your lipstick? Hence why we weren't a close family. And then I'd also broken up with my like kind of boyfriend friend guy. Literally had seen him driving on a motorcycle out of town. Like, it was the craziest wackadoodle day. Okay, it was crazy. And I was like, just get in your flow though. Go perform. It does not matter. And this was right around when I was going to start my master's degree, a few years after that. But I'm sharing this story for this reason about experience. You do not know who's watching you. This man came up to me. There was a station out there, a military station. I was single at the time. I was 21. Not a lot of knowledge on the world outside of music. And he came up to me, and I had no idea what he was going to say. And he said, I sang this song of mine called Nothing Else Matters. And he said, he had like tears in his eyes, this military man. And he said, your song is like my favorite song. Like, he had just heard it. I was performing at a Barnes and Noble, okay, or Borders Books. And he's like, that reminded me of my family, because the song is all about how, like, it doesn't matter where you go, what you do, it's the people in your life that matter most. So this rough and tough military dude had been touched by this girl with a broken heart, reunited with her grandma, put down her looks, but I got up there to perform anyway. And what I'm sharing with you guys is like, show up with your heart. Lay aside your own insecurities and your own fears and show up at 100% for today. And that goes for your social media, because I can give you tips on how to post, and I'm going to in a minute. I'm going to give you at least one strategy. I'm going to share my screen for a minute. But I need you to know that your voice matters. I've had emails from people I can't count, from contact forms on my website. They're around the world. They're like, your blog saved my life, or your blog encouraged me, and I'm all alone right now. And that message you sent me meant a lot to me. What I'm saying to do is deliver with your 100% heart on social media. Share the things that you love. Share the parts of your business you love. Like, we're free right now. Yeah, we're gonna share with you how you can buy from us and dive in. And yeah, it's a certain amount of money, but we're gonna promise 100 times the results for you, because that's what it takes in life. Do you invest in yourself, Tia?
Yeah, all the time.
In your business?
Yeah.
Yeah, and even me driving out to that gig, do you know how much gas money I had to invest to get out there? Like, you invest and you don't always know your payoff. But my encouragement to all of you, I hope this is coming, this is going to be awesome to have somebody else on here, because usually I'm like, I don't have any immediate feedback. Is it landing that whether it's a gig, whether it's your business meeting that somebody paid for and you're doing 100% present and you're not checking your freaking phone? I hate when I have a trainer. I've had trainers that check their phone. I fire them immediately. I will not go back. It is so disrespectful, you guys, if somebody paid for your time. Be present. Be there. It's not that I'm not guilty of it, but learn how to get present with yourself and watch your life skyrocket. Put a heart into it. Do not throw in the towel with these motivational quotes. You guys know I love motivation, believe me. But listen to me, when I post it, there's going to be a story with it, and there's a reason for it. I've done it too, where I'm like, oh, okay, somebody told me to post a motivational quote. No. Share a picture of, like, even your awesome outfit, and we're going to get to the superstar thing in a minute. But before I do, Tia, anything coming to you while I'm talking about all this? I need a drink.
Yeah, just that is the difference between what you have to share and what a lot of strategy is about, because strategy can feel really cold and calculated and ineffective, and people kind of give up on it because there is no heart in it, and it's not about them, and there's no way to tailor it to a way that you feel like this is going to work for me.
Yeah. I love that you just said that. You know what's coming to mind, and maybe we can show them your funnel. So I help people build funnels, and I was working with Tia on her funnel. She was building it. I was editing. And I said, it needs to look like you, Tia, right? At the end, I was like, there's a couple images we could replace that are totally on brand for you. Mm-hmm. And like, what did that feel like, Tia, when you took the images that were a little bit more cold and you customized it to your branding? How did that feel?
Well, the reason I didn't do what I thought I should do the first time is because, and what I mean is use the colors and the things that I like, which is ironic because this is what I help other people do, right? Like, you can't do it for yourself. Is that I thought I was choosing things that were going to be the most strategically effective. Mm-hmm. And so to hear you say that, I was like, yeah, of course. I already knew that before. Yeah.
And isn't that interesting how our gut is like so right on? So let's tell them this favorite strategy of mine to help you guys with posting. And I'm going to give it to you. Do you guys remember that I asked you really quick about your, I'm going to go to Instagram really quick over here. And let's go here. Let's go to Instagram.com/inspired_mom_boss. I'm going to talk to you about the strategy. Can everybody see my screen? Please put a number 6 in the comments if you can see me. See Tia and see our screen. 6 in the comments. Okay. So what I want to talk about before I share this screen with you and get distracted, I'm just making sure you can see my screen, is, remember your famous rock star? Did you guys put it in the comments? Who was it? Okay. When you're sharing, here's my strategy. I gave you all the heart. I'm going to give you this strategy that will help you so much. Listen to me. There's 2. It goes together. Okay. First of all, show up like 1 million people are watching you, and one day they will be. Okay, that's 1. And that goes with the second part here. Pretend like you're the superstar that you loved when you were a teenager, and remember that people are coming to watch you in the same way. So what does that mean? So for me, when I was a teenager, and I think about this posting, I think, what would I like to know about Sarah McLachlan? And then I post it. Because other people are looking at me the same way that I looked at Sarah McLachlan. Okay, so and I'm going to ask you, Tia, in a second. So my number one thing that I always wished I had known was behind the scenes stuff. Like, even this, I post behind the scenes stuff of like my Diva light ring, my journal I use, the pen I love, even Honestly, the Hydro Flask bottle with a victory sticker. Are you right? Are you, do you know what I'm talking about? My favorite cup of coffee is hazelnut. Okay, so do you guys see what I mean? Like the little things on my desk is a little crystal. This is what
I love you, Tiana. That water bottle just destroyed me.
Ouch! I just like almost choked myself. I like laughed so hard this thing grabbed my like drawer. I get so heated up about this.
You are a badass. That's
Oh, this is my second largest one. I have a 64-ounce one that's ridiculous. Like it's like a weapon. You drop it on your foot is broken. Okay, so like I've dropped these out of the Jeep. It like clanks the whole neighborhood. It's like rolling. But like, wouldn't you guys like to know that? Like, I want to know. You guys think about it right now. I'm gonna ask Tia to share it because she's here with me. But you guys share in the comments. Share who your favorite person is, and if you could ask them like one question, or you could see behind the scenes on something, what would it be? Tia, what about you?
Oh, I just wanted to see how he made his art, you know? How did he create his music? What was he thinking about when he created these songs that just like, you know, made me want to like fall over in
just stop whatever you're doing.
Yeah. And so it's so funny because, you know, that's probably like the things that I could share about the artistic things that I make that or not probably, it is what I could share. It's like, what's the process behind the art? And that's what I wanted to see because I was so enchanted by his art.
Enchantment is a perfect word. We need to write that down to talk about that on like a sales page. That exactly. And you guys, it's the same for all of us. Do not think that you are different. The only difference is I'm telling you guys this right here, and I think that I was meant to start in the music business because since 16, I knew I was the product. All of you who are entrepreneurs, you need to understand you are the product. So I had to look at myself like a brand since I was 16 years old if I was going to take myself serious. And what's crazy is now that's any online entrepreneur. You have to have a brand. You have to have messaging. You know what I mean, Tia? But from the beginning with musicians, CD covers, even though it's your face, it's your brand. Like if it was red lipstick, like Lisa Loeb. Do you guys know Lisa Loeb with her eyeglasses? So what I want to share with you visually what this looks like before we tell you guys, because we only have like 10 minutes more if I have to go to a fancy pedicure as a reward for all this, is when you're doing this, I want to show you guys my story today. Because I remembered the whole behind the scenes process. Tia, wouldn't you have loved to see him behind the concert scenes before he walks on stage? Like, what is going on back there? None of us have like access to that. Now they do it on Instagram. Right. But like we didn't have that before. So you guys think about it. Even today when I did these stories, let me go here without the music. This is my tree. Would you not have loved to have seen your guys' tree with crystals on it? Okay, in here, it's so loud. I wish I could mute this. Sorry, guys. This is behind the scenes getting ready. My hair isn't ready. This is so loud. This is. You guys can go watch this on my Instagram stories, but this is behind the scenes on me getting ready for a webinar. Now, let me tell you what this does. It positions you as a star, which you are, if you decide to be. You don't have to look the way I look or look the way Tia looks or whoever or Depeche Mode, Sarah. It's about you owning who you are authentically and then sharing insights from your soul. So this is the key with marketing. That's behind the scenes. This was like behind the scenes on a workout. It's not all perfection. It's like my hair was crazy. Then there are these quotes. I believe in quotes. I believe in motivation, but make it your own and it's branded. So every little bit, the reason I go to Instagram, even though I do the same thing on Facebook, I go here because it's easier to view it visually. And if you take the training where I'm going to be offering you guys, there's a whole flow. There's a flow for your free offer. It's all strategic. This is not accidental. It's very strategic and it's a part of my life. And there's stories for all of it. Does this all make sense? Type the number 1 in the comments. If showing up like 1 million people are watching, sharing behind the scenes, sharing your heart, and going at 100%. And there's a lot more where that comes from. It's like spat everywhere. I'm like, there's so much more. Okay, so any last insights on that, Tia? Like any points coming up before we share with them our special offer today?
No, I just, I think it's a really wonderful perspective and it's a lot of fun. And that is that is the key in what I like to create also, because there is work and you have to show up, but there's a way to find a sweet spot with it where it is coming from your heart and it's fun and you know, you get to have a really rich, wealthy experience of your own life.
You know, I like to call it, and I'm not titled it this because it sounds scammy, but I use it like on these webinars and when I'm explaining it. But essentially, it's get paid to be you. Yeah. And that's what it is. We're tapping into with, you know, Tia is manifesting in these rituals in the mornings and with the sprays, and she's going to tell you about it. We have an amazing package for you guys. We only have 22 spots, and it does start Monday. So we're going to tell you about how we can help you create magic every day, do it with fun, manifest, and market, because it's both, right? You have to align with yourself, and then you have to go forward. So let's share with them, and we want to thank you guys for joining us, and we would love to share with you. If you like this and you want more of this, we actually have a whole system for each part of this that we're going to break down for you. So we're just going to give you a brief overview in the next few minutes, and then you have the choice to be one of the 22 people who goes through this process with us over the next month and really change your life for the better. You could go into August of this next year with full systems in place for your marketing, with full morning routines in your place, and a full support group and tribe. Your life could be looking radically different. I actually want to ask them before we tell it, and we'll come back to it. How much would you guys like to manifest for July? Between June today, June 22nd, and July 31st, how much would you like to bring in the next 5-6 weeks? Because I feel like a number is kind of like a thing. Or maybe you want to also, it could be your body, different things. But let's talk money goals. How much would you like to be bringing in between now and then? Okay, I want to do 50K. So I want to do that, and I want to have that in my account by July 31st, and that's enough is enough. So what is your number? It could be $1,000. It could be $500. It could be you want to manifest a vacation that somehow aligns itself. Put it in the comments what it is you'd like to manifest. Because you know what the thing is about me and Tia is this is a very hands-on program for your marketing and your manifesting. So in the mornings, you could be doing your morning routine and what she's about to describe to you, what you could do and be a part of this. And then in the second part of the morning, you could get 30 minutes of marketing in, and then another hour in the afternoon. And literally with a couple hours of a day of a strategy and a plan, your life could be completely different by August 1st. Don't you think so, Tia?
Yeah, because it's also about the other steps that we're going to teach about intuitive action and doing the things that you need to get to your goal. And it works. It absolutely works.
So Tia and I have 2 programs, and there's one page. I'm going to give you guys the link in a second. We don't have all the information on there. This is a very intuitive thing. She had 22 spots for these amazing sprays and this whole package she's put together that I wanted to do with her. And so, but we do have a landing page for you to purchase from, and we have a payment plan. Okay, and so when we're sharing this with you, Tia, will you tell them about what your package is going to include and how it's going to help them get results?
So my package includes the sprays. It includes
the sprays, will you hold it up again, the ones you shared with us? Mm-hmm.
It includes the set of 3 alchemy, transformation, and manifesting sprays. You also get just some fun things to play with. You get something to burn, and you get some crystals with it. And the reason for that is that I love getting like witchy gifts in the mail to put on my altar in my space and just play with. And so you're going to have this whole package delivered to you with this beautiful sensory experience. And the sprays are just like magical. I mean, they are beyond, they're actually euphorically like intoxicating. So they're wonderful. And then you also get these video downloads that each have the essence of the divine energies that I've talked about that you get to play with. And there's a process. It's like a weekly exercise for finding out how to work your magic, like to give you back your magic and your flow. And what I love about it is that it's not about my way, it's about figuring out your way through an experiential process of like where you're experimenting with what's in your heart.
I was just going to say, I feel like what you do is She's giving you tools that are guided. So this whole like manifesting thing and affirmations and even vision boards,
right.
She's giving us a way to like, and I think even with like, let's say a crystal, let's say you're setting it on the table and you're like a guided way to help you do that so that you can start to attract things. Because when you talk about marketing and strategy, like we talked about first, and you don't get centered on what are you actually wanting to attract? What kind of clients are you wanting to work with? You know, who do you want to be? How do you want to show up for yourself and your family? You've got to align with your values first, like you talked about. And she's giving you tools and doing it step by step so it's not overwhelming. It's like piece by piece, right?
Yeah, and for me, I think that in my interesting perspective is that I'm very pragmatic and I like to bring things into the physical, you know, like real, even though I love, you know, the woo spiritual, you know, sort of daydreamy states. And so when you marry those two things, that's how you're here on this earth, like really creating
the light. So there's like the match, and then you're taking your own action and you're co-creating.
Yep.
I love that. That's amazing. So Tia's program is going to be amazing. It's its own thing. And I said, Tia, you know, like this mindset piece. Tia was in my beta group for Mommy Boss Marketing, which is not just for moms. The title is niche to moms. If you're a woman on here, though, that you have a business, you're an entrepreneur or coach. This is a system when Tia talked about the fastness of how the speed of which I can market is because I have my systems in place. So then I can show up each day and do the fun things, like the social media, like I told you guys, the behind the scenes. But seriously, you guys, if that's all you have and you don't have a system in place and a funnel automating people to your list, like let me share with you guys my screen really quick. Like, so if you go to my website, which is inspiredmommyboss.com, it's geared towards getting you a funnel and a flow. Like, download one of my powerful cheat sheets. This is not just here for me to give. It is one for that, for me to build like and trust with you. But what happens is on this page is that when people click get the cheat sheet, and all of you guys can go here, you can get free resources from me and Tia. Like we'll put some links in the comments. So no matter what you decide to do, you always have free resources. But if you want to invest and you want to have this kind of system in place where you're getting people's name and email addresses, so after you're done manifesting in the day and even while you're sleeping, you always have a way to be bringing in new leads and sales. That's what my training teaches you. So if you guys are interested in learning more about this, and we're going to go a little bit further into it, what you can do is you can go up here to, I thought I edited this, but maybe I didn't. One second. Let's go here. I think I did. Let's press save menu just a second. See, this is why it's good to have systems, and this is why it's good to know how to do things yourself. I put on my menu market and manifest for today only till we sell out the 22 spots. It's going to go away once we sell them out. You go to inspiredmommyboss.com. You click on market and manifest. And I'm going to be adding more of Tia's information here. But any of these programs you buy, Tia, let me see if I put some of it in here. I'm going to put some more. Tia's on this page, but I'm going to put Tia's stuff up top. We didn't get to it. It's fine. You're going to get both of our courses, and we're going to work together on it. So you're going to have both of us as teachers. So you can either do a pay in full of $997, and you're getting both of us. The value, you guys, each of our courses is around $1,000. A Facebook group for support. Okay, you're going to get a Facebook group. She has a manifesting one, and you're going to get a long-term Facebook group with me. You get like lifetime Facebook group support for marketing. That alone is $1,000 extra bonus for both of us. You're also going to get some weekly calls with Tia, which is another $2,000 in bonuses. You get weekly with me. You're talking $10,000 in course creation. You're getting your manifesting sprays. It's much over $10,000 if you bought that all separately from each of us, right, Tia?
Yeah, and it's a perfect combination.
It is. Because mindset, your heart set, and actual systems. How do you get this in line?
Right.
And so you can choose $997 pay in full, or you can do 4 payments of $297. So you'll save about $200 or more if you do that. And also what me and Tia are going to do, and I'm going to show you this. So you go to inspiredmommyboss.com and click on, well, it was there, the market and manifest. And what we're going to do is me and Tia have agreed that if you do pay in full, though, you'll still get every bonus and everything else, even if you do the payment plan. So you can get started right now, only $297. You get your manifesting bundle. You're also going to get a business goodie box from me. But if you pay in full and you just go all in with us, we're each going to give the pay in full people a 30-minute coaching call one-on-one with us. So that's where we can talk about your manifesting, your marketing, and you can get it recorded and sent to you for further action. So that's like $1,000 bonus because each of us are usually $500 each. So you're going to get that for an extra $1,000 when you pay in full. So Tia, is there anything you want to kind of share about like this kind of value and like what you've poured into this, that if they were really interested in this, like why it's so amazing?
Only that, you can spend many, many years trying failed systems and law of attraction and really just spinning your tail around trying to figure it all out. And for me, what I became passionate about was creating something that was more heart-centered and tailored to the unique, to an individual, because that's what I found was the only thing that worked for me. And I spent a lot of money and a lot of time like seeking. And what I really wanted was to have my own online business, to have the freedom to have the time with my kids and transition and vacation and pivot if I wanted to, anytime I wanted to create, really.
Like even today, like we were able to be like, let's just go live. And because we have systems in place, both of us, we were able to reach thousands and thousands of people in like an hour.
Right. Yeah. And that is the powerful point that you want to be in. And it takes, there's a lot of elements that are there for you to draw upon to get into that state. And it's not as hard as it seems, but if you have a really good framework and, people like that, it's, doesn't have to take 10 years.
No, it doesn't. I will say, like, once I got specific, and I had to find this out on my own, like, I created my goal boards, Tia too, which, by the way, you guys, all of that's included in this too, is Tia's manifesting. I've got some goal boards. I'm probably going to ever take a look at it and kind of transform it, even to your thing. I just had an idea for that. And I had nobody really speaking this to me, and I had to figure it out. And what's crazy, though, is even in process of doing these kinds of works like what Tia's talking about, just even by getting specific, writing things down and trying to figure out a way without it being systemized yet, I started manifesting these insane things within that first year. Like, I went through my board at the end of the year, and I mean, like, this vintage trailer thing, the next year a Paris trip, like, somebody gave it to me. Like, people don't realize actually how fast, and then that was me guessing. This is what, Tia, you're talking about too. But you walk in to a full-blown plug-and-play marketing system for your business to help you manifest and attract more money and clients and more freedom. And then you walk into a system for manifesting and aligning with your own heart center and customizing it for yourself so that every morning, I mean, it's the speed track to, it's not just like more money, it's the piece that you're talking about. It's like, so then you can work for like 3-4 hours a day eventually, and then spend the rest of the time with your family, or go on a trip and even be able to work from Lake Tahoe or from Paris, right? It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. It's a miracle.
It really is a miracle, and it's expecting miracles. So you guys, we have loved having you, and Tia, thank you for being on here and being so generous with your time and with your, like, just who you are as a person in your heart. And any of you who are watching this, if you have any questions, if you're wondering about how it works, just know that, like, you don't even know what you're going to get, except just be expecting amazing miracles, because we're going to show up for you the same way we showed up here for free to give you our hearts, because we love you and we care about you. And it's not about a paycheck right now. It's about saying, like, we want to give you these tools because you deserve them, and we want to share this with the world. But if you're ready to invest and want to go deeper with us, as you deserve to be paid for your goods and services in your business, so do we. And we want to help you go deeper, but we want to give you 10 times, 100 times the value of whatever you're ready to invest. So go to the link, inspiredmommyboss.com, click on Market and Manifest. The link is going away after the first 22. We only have 22 manifesting sprays, and we can't do that many one-on-one calls. So we're here for you. Any closing thoughts, Tia?
Welcome. Thank you.
Welcome. Yes. You guys, will talk to you later, and thanks for joining us. This is Tiana with Tihoco.com, and I'm Tiana with InspiredMommyBoss.com. Have a great day, friends. Bye.
Bye.